Well, good morning, everyone from Kauai, Hawaii, and welcome to today's edition of Beyond the Ordinary Show. Y'all, today we have the angelic Fiona Paul with us, and we're talking about stepping into the new year with harmony and grace, the new sacred frequencies from the angelic realm, and the Swan consciousness. I don't know about y'all, but I can already feel the grace here and the expansion that it engenders for all of us, and it's wonderful. It's my wish is that you feel this grace that I'm feeling now and so much more. Say y'all again, we're gonna get into beautiful healing conver and activating conversation. We're going to open up to a lot of Q&A. I wanted to get it into Q&A with you all. So if you have a personal question that you want to ask, or if you even want to receive a frequency from the angelic realm and be immersed in that, I have to warn you, you may cry, you may tear up, you may feel something that you haven't felt in a while, or if you have felt it, you may feel the purity of it as well. And among that, we're also going to talk about divine grace from the angelic realm and again, the soul consciousness. We're going to experience peace as the new frequencies touch your soul. We're going to get into high vibrational presence of these intense divine beings. And so you're going to feel it without question. Um, and we're going to give time for you guys to receive these beautiful angelic frequencies that Fiona so gracefully and beautifully and expertly translates and holds the light frequency for us with. And so with that, Fiona. Oh, and y'all, I have to tell you, it's if y'all want to sign up for the special offer now, it's a 45-minute private session plus a live call plus an initiation into something else. It's an epic special offer that if you think you want to get into special offer and book soon, you may want to do it now instead of later. We'll go through the special offer later in the show, so no worries. But I wanted to put that out there. I've already purchased mine. I'm excited to book my session, but I have to wait until the end of the call because we're doing this, but I'll book it before then. Um, and Fiona, with that, welcome to today's call.
Oh, it's honestly such a joy, joy,
Mm.
joy, pleasure, divine, um, such a heart-opening love frequency that opens and pours to you. And I know that I feel it coming back off you and your beautiful community. And I'm super excited to be here. And, oh, come on, it's 8 o'clock in the evening for me. And I'm like, biting at the bit, at 2 o'clock. Come on.
There's
Yeah,
something coming
super
through.
excited.
And for any of y'all who are new to Fiona, just to give you a little bit of context, and you're going to feel it on the call, but she had an amazing visitation from Jesus during a particular time of her life, and it activated something within her. And from my experience, she just can't stop being in their presence and sharing their messages that they have whenever we're in her presence. So again, just a little basic background. And again, I want you to experience more than intellectually receive, but wanted to provide that opening. Um, Fiona, talk to us about the new year and why specifically they're calling us into harmony and grace.
Well, what's been coming through so strongly is they're really, really wanting you to come out of here and go into here. And when the swan consciousness came through, it was so incredibly powerful. And the angelic realm, as soon as the energy, it was on my Monday gathering that I have each week. And when it came through, I'm going, okay, hold everybody. And it was coming through so strongly that I could hardly speak. It was so, so strong. And I immediately tune in to the angelic realm, who now wish to be called luminous light beings. And Yeshua has always stood on this side of me. And so I immediately tune into them to discern through my whole body and through them what's this energy, what's coming through. And the angelic realm basically so gracefully stepped to the side, and up above me, the swan consciousness started to come in. And I'm like, oh my God. And they were saying pure divine grace, pure divine grace, pure divine grace. And when you look at and feel into a swan, they are purity, they are grace, they know exactly who they are. And a few weeks before, oh, and your question is about, it's about embodying it now, so that when you step into the new year, you step into the new year, what they're saying here, with an authority of who you are. And with that authority, this grace comes over you. And there's such a peace that resonates, and it allows you to relax. I had a client a few days ago, and he said, it's like I'm not feeling the heavy matter. I'm in harmony. And I said, and grace? And he went, yes, grace. That's it. I'm in grace. I'm in grace. And I said, that's the swan consciousness that you've been in, because it came through on the 22nd of September. And they showed me the 22, which looks like swans. When you relax, because you're feeling the frequency that is actually really familiar to you, because it's your nature, it's your natural residing frequency. When you relax, there is, because this client was saying to me, but I didn't even know where I was going. I didn't know my journey, but I was in. And I said, when you are in the frequency that you wish to be in, there is no journey.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're where you're at, you're where you want to be. And that creates this relaxation. And I did qualify with them, and I'm always qualifying with them. Do you mean surrender? This was a few weeks ago. And they said, no, you're relaxing. They wish you to be very mindful and discern, for it's very much in the spiritual communities to surrender. But when you surrender, you're not necessarily sure what you're surrendering to. But they're saying when you're feeling the true frequency, which is in you at your very, very core, this relaxing, this pushing, trying to strive, trying to find out where I'm meant to be, where I'm meant to go, stops. And in that, you start to expand. And in that expansion, you're allowing more of your soul to enter. And you're becoming brighter. And the brighter you become, the more relaxed you become, and the more you expand into you and your knowledge. And the more you can start to communicate with all of these beautiful, multi-dimensional beings, because you're stepping into the truth of your divine multi-dimensionality. And right from the very beginning, they've never wanted to talk about dimensions. They said, there is nowhere that you are not.
Mm-hmm.
So how can you only be in this dimension and that dimension or that dimension? When you start to really come from here into here and feel the true nature of you, the true nature, your essence, this peace resides over you, this grace resides over you. And since bringing in those frequencies in September, I mean, as you know my story, but when Yeshua, Jesus, came to me 25 years ago, and when I suddenly really, there's the disciples, and then suddenly I realized that this being in front of me is Jesus, I go to fall on my knees, even though I didn't have a religious upbringing. It shows how heavy it is in the collective programming. I went to fall on my knees, and he grabbed my forearms and wouldn't let me worship him. And he looked directly into my eyes and said, Fiona, you are exactly the same as me. I was thinking, well, he's got the wrong address. He's got the wrong person, because my sense of worth was below anything that was on the bottom of my shoe. I was in such a deep, low, depressed state. And he's here. He's always here. And he said, don't worship anything other than yourself, because you are exactly the same as me. And he says he got to the point, and he said with a lot of studying and things like that, he got to the point where he truly embodied and believed who he was. And I now know from what I've been feeling is that you, in that belief, in that relaxation, you're allowing more of your soul's wisdom. You're allowing more access to it. It's coming into you. You're getting lighter and brighter. And that's what happened to him. And that's why people said he would emanate, he would shine. And what he's been saying to clients and to the Monday group is, you are now allowed to shine. You're allowed to be your natural essence. You're allowed to embody the powerful brilliance of who you are, because now you won't get persecuted. And the planet and all of the beautiful divine animals, all of the nature kingdom, the trees are really loud, saying, come into your multi-dimensional infinity, the infinite nature of you, because the land will now support it. Whereas when Jesus, Yeshua, walked the earth, it didn't support it. It was a much denser frequency. And he says, you go about driving your cars, doing your jobs, you're operating exactly, doing lots more than he ever did, um, but still looking outside of here for our direction and our someone to tell us who we are. And I was an animal behaviorist for 16 years after Michael came to me and he said, Fiona, always come from your heart. I knew in that instant that I was to become an animal behaviorist and give up my corporate career. So I was an animal behaviorist for 16 years. There wasn't one animal that didn't show me who I was, because I felt such unconditional love for every single animal. And I work with camels, alpacas, llamas, birds, horses, all over the world, dogs. And what they were showing me, my love was so unconditional that they showed me the power and the strength of my love within me. And it was only once I started to realize it's because it's within me that I can emanate it and consciously project it. The more, when I was in this lack of worth, I was fighting the world and my energy was very tight. And I was batting everyone. As soon as I saw someone, I'm like, oh, how am I going to deal with this person? I was so shut off from myself. Working with these luminous light beings, the Swan consciousness, it's one of the reasons why I've worn this blouse today, this softness. It's because I've become softer. It's allowed me to feel and relax and become more in harmony with myself and my grace. And the more I've become.
Yeah, something beautiful that has really been calling forward for me for very strongly. Well, for a long time, but specifically for a year, it's there's just no denying what is coming up and through. And you mentioned this before we got on the call live, is is how much the truth is really calling us forward. And I'd love it if you share more about the journey about embracing truth and then becoming that truth. Um, the chaos that it may cause as we recalibrate and refine according to what we're willing to be with and see and become, and how that's impacting our capacity to navigate in these new ways and bring in that swan consciousness, that peacefulness that you were emanating and speaking about as you embodied it, so that others can be aware of what's enlivening within them at this time as well, even though they may not recognize it.
Just even bringing to the awareness swan and the swan consciousness, people, we immediately visualize a swan, feel into the energy of the swan, can feel the energy, feel the swan swimming, how graceful it is, but yet how powerful it is. A few weeks before the this energy came through, the swan consciousness was coming through to various different clients, and then those clients would see 15 swans in an area where they'd never seen swans before, and they would be saying to people, do the swan pose, which
Mm,
is literally putting your chest out. um, and what they showed me is when you push your chest out like this, you are literally opening up your heart and you're lighting up. And for so many people, when we're so clever, we're so advanced that over the years, over the centuries, we've shut this area down. But it's absolutely imperative and key that you start to connect to this area. And 3 days after September the 22nd, when this frequency first came through, I was out with a couple of girlfriends having lunch. And one of them, she's very much into astrology and all of that sort of thing. It's not what I look into. And she said, "Oh, well, there's this comet called Swan." And I said, "No, I didn't
oh,
know that
I
there
didn't
was
know
this
that either.
comet
Yeah.
called Swan." She said, "Oh yeah, loads of people are talking about it." Da, 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 da. And of course, I immediately, even while she's talking, I'm talking to them, and I said, "What's the purpose of this swan?" And they said, "Well, now a lot of people are connecting to the word swan, and a lot of people are looking at this comet, but it's bringing into the people's energetic field the truth that they know and feel about swans, the regalness and the regalness of us. When you really connect into the truth of you at your very, very core, you have a poise about yourself. You hold yourself because you have such confidence. Your worthiness isn't in question, it's not even in your vocabulary. The whole energy and frequency of the swan, as soon as you allow yourself to tune into it, and this is what I'm saying to your audience in answer to your question, is even look at the pictures, look at videos, go out for a walk and see where you might see some swans. I had a client who had a profound session where the swans came through for her, and she lives in Houston, and she was going to a country in Europe to meet her sister, and they went to a lake where for 33 years or something like that they've been going. Never once have they ever seen a swan.
Mm,
They saw swans, and the swans followed them around the lake. because they're wanting to make contact with you. They're wanting you to blend your energy. This is what the Angelic realm is saying, blend your energy with the energy of the swans and allow yourself, as you do, you allow yourself to come into this pure divine grace. Just as I'm speaking, they're here and it's coming through. The cadence in your voice changes, the way you move. The swans are very elegant, and they are absolutely reflecting to us all of these qualities to us. Every animal has reflected to me. They're just saying for me to mention a few years ago, it was about 5:30 in the morning, and I was filming on my phone a blackbird singing the dawn chorus, and it was so beautiful. I was filming this, and then I could feel something was watching me. And I looked, and up there on the bank, this sloping soft hill, was this stag, this buck with big antlers, staring at me. And I was so, oh my God, this beautiful, natural, wild animal is looking at me, is looking at me. I was like, oh my God. And as I turned, I instinctively bowed my energy to him. I opened my heart for him to see who I really was in pure divine love and absolute reverence to this magnificent being. And he bowed back. And then we started to have very strong energy coming in, this telepathic communication. And I said, and who are you? In my human brain, thinking he's going to give me a name. But of course he didn't. He just reeled off all of the qualities that he is. How brave he is, but how kind and how gentle and how strong and how he's so magnificent and noble and proud. And it was, and he said, as are you. As are you. Everything in the natural kingdom, our natural world, is speaking to us. The technologies and all of that can help connect us to each other, but it's not connecting us to our true nature.
Mhm.
And so the picture that I have here of Jesus, of Yeshua, he's surrounded by animals. Animals gravitated towards him, birds, doves, because of the like frequency, they resonated. I've got a beautiful, beautiful divine friend, and she says she's got all of these sparrows that are nesting, and they nest there all year round. They're there all year round. Then I said, because they know the frequency of you, they won't nest somewhere that didn't feel good. Somebody the other day was saying that they've got 5 bald eagles keep circling around their house. They can go
Well,
anywhere they want to go.
well, Fiona, let me ask you this because it's the consciousness that's awakening and again the grace that's showing up in those circumstances, they're such beautiful barometers for what's awakening inside of us. And the swan, again, the swan goes through its awkward stage and becoming the into the regal presence that it is. And we can say that's true of ourselves, how we incarnated individually, but collectively during this lifetime as well. If that swan is possible, and it is within us, that then it's also here for the collective as well as a consciousness as we embody, embrace, and emanate that regal presence that you speak of. If someone doesn't have that connection to wildlife or to animals, they live in the city, eagles don't fly, but bucks don't come in, swans aren't readily available. where are the messages from them coming from? How do they tune in and activate this truth that's already inside of them as part of their experience?
Anybody and everybody knows what a swan is. There's not a human being on this planet that doesn't know what a swan is. And we, like I said earlier, naturally will picture a swan. You can go in, it's a myth that people say, oh, I don't know anything about energy. People actually are very acutely aware of energy. They just don't possibly know that they are, but they are. And somebody will go, oh yeah, I love the swan. But
Mm,
they've just told you that they don't feel energy. They don't know energy. Anybody, you can go onto your laptop, like I said, and look at the swan and feel what the swan is telling you, communicating to you. The reason why I, when Michael came to me 25 years ago, he was in this white three-piece suit, about 10 foot tall, very masculine. He nudged into me. I nearly fell over. It was a very physical experience. He now stands here as a luminous light being, and he's asked for quite some time now, please don't call me an archangel. You can call me Michael. So then we went down the road of just calling him Michael. So everyone in the group just calling him Michael. Well, now really he's saying you have all reached a level where you can now really handle the truth. We are luminous light beings. And behind Michael, there's a whole sea of individual, yet grouped together in their vast expansiveness of luminous light beings. And you would have earlier, before, said that they were the angels. But they're saying, we're bringing you to the truth. And these labels are to drop away because there's nowhere that we are not. And we are luminous light beings. And that's what you are becoming. You are becoming aware. The more you become aware, and the swan absolutely embodies the purity, how white a swan is, how enormous their wings are, how they can fly, how they care for their family, how they mate for life, how deeply they love because they mate for life, how they care and look after all their signets. There's so much that the swan embodies. And the reason why yes, I'm saying they called the comet Swan is to drop into the collective consciousness, swan consciousness,
mm,
so that people start to feel more like that about themselves. You
mm.
don't have to go into nature, but honestly, go into nature.
Right. It,
Start to
it's
blend with the trees
you may be
and
surprised what
everything
shows up.
is an
Absolutely.
orchestra.
What I appreciate tremendously, yes, the swan consciousness, but I want to backpedal a little bit into the light consciousness and the invitation as a luminous being. And y'all, we're going to get into Q&A in a little bit. So if you want to ask your questions or raise your hand, type your questions to the chat box. I want you to receive a transmission and also get um, a little peek at what the special offer is as you receive these transmissions from Fiona. But into the topic of being a luminous being and owning that within us, and Michael being very direct, don't call me an archangel, I'm a luminous being, is that in the luminosity, it's like when light merges with light, it just expands. It's unity consciousness. It's like it amplifies each other. It's also demonstrative of when we shut down the light in another, we shut down the light in us well, and that's as well. And that's just an aspect of truth. And we're
Yeah,
becoming more empathically aware, consciously aware, cosmically aware, and we're owning the authority of that power to either give life to something or take it away as we give life to ourselves or take it away. It's powerful. And what's rising in the consciousness and why we're all being so called further into an undeniable truth. That if we are to expand, that means we all expand. It's not just us.
absolutely. And
Mm,
that's the whole point. That's the whole reason for us incarnating.
mm,
But you have to connect to the true divine frequency of you. They've gone on and on and on about this. You have to know you so that you discern everything through your whole being with the truth of who you are.
mm,
And when you really get to know you, that's when you go, yeah, that resonates with me. That doesn't resonate, but that really resonates. That resonates because you're coming into your authority, your naturalness, your authentic self. The whole point of us incarnating is to emanate our true, divine, unique frequency. We're not here to try and emanate what anyone else is telling me who I am or what anything else over there is telling us what we should be doing. It's coming back to you. You are the most powerful thing on this planet for yourself. There's a reason why you incarnated. And
mm,
it's not to be anything else other than you, the powerful, unique, divine frequency that you are here to emanate.
mm,
And the more you embody yourself, your soul, the more powerfully and stronger you emanate. It cannot be any other way. We are a walking, talking, living soul. I've got a picture if you want to have a look, if I can share it.
absolutely. I'm not sure if you can share screens, but we'll make sure that you can here in a
I
second.
did ask
There you go.
Chris, is it letting me do it?
It is.
Oh, excellent. There we go.
And y'all, we're gonna get into Q&A in a second. So, ooh, tell us more about
Now,
this picture.
so I wish I could give credit to whoever first came up with this picture. So
Mhm.
I've actually recreated the picture because I couldn't then find it again on the internet. I searched and searched and searched, and I was so excited when I came across this picture a few weeks ago. About 7 or 8 years ago, I was in Portugal. I think I've told you this story, John. And I was on the internet and I came across Andara crystals. And for me, it absolutely excited me. And when I get something that's so exciting, I always want to put it in my mouth. So if there's a rose, absolutely, it's my frequency. I ask it if I can have a petal and I eat the frequency of that rose. This Andara crystal was doing that for me, but it was in Hawaii. I was in Portugal just for a short period of time. So, what I did is when I went to bed, I encapsulated myself in this Andara crystal and went to sleep, didn't think anything of it. During the night, it was about 1:30 in the morning. I woke up and I'm vibrating really, really fast. And I immediately say, "What is this? What's happening?" Um, and it stopped. And they said, "Well, we can show you." And I went, "Oh, just show me a little tiny bit. Just show me a little tiny bit." And I just went, and they went, and I went, "Oh, okay." I went, "Okay, let me just brace myself for this." And okay, all right, okay, go on then. And I went so fast, vibrating so fast, light appeared. I looked down and I was all white, just like this. I could see my skeleton and it was white. I could see my arteries and my veins. Everything was white. And I was like, oh, I went, okay, stop, stop, stop. And it stopped. I was like, oh, crikey. Okay, you can do it again. And they went, no, that's what we wanted to show you. All of these things that have happened to me throughout my life are all starting to come together. And I'm starting to understand why I was shown them.
Mhm.
So this is the truth of what we are. But what these divine, beautiful beings here say is that when we put our attention into technology, anything outside of ourselves, over time, our light literally diminishes. But when we redirect back to us and start to feel in to actually, I am a really beautiful divine being, your soul goes, yeah, you're coming
Mhm.
home, baby. You're coming home. And you literally start to get lighter and brighter. And then you emanate and you expand. That's one of the reasons why I can speak seamlessly with these beings, seamlessly with Yeshua. Other beings have now started to come through too. It says they're saying it's because we're ready
Mhm.
and we can handle it.
Right. So as we go into Q&A, and then there's some questions in the chat, there's some people with their hands raised already. As we go into Q&A, my invitation to everyone that we ask questions to, um, is what if you already have everything that you need? What if you have already gained all the technology, if you will, for your awakening, and now it's just a question of putting it into action, of having relationship with that which is alive inside of you.
Yeah.
And if we can ask from there, perhaps, or the innocence of that possibility being true, I'm curious what might come through as responses in in accordance to whatever questions you may have. And Fiona, with that, I'd love to start taking some Q&A if you're open to it.
Hmm. Yes,
Okay.
certainly. Yeah, very much so.
So Heather, welcome. Oh, and Heather, let's get you to mute. Welcome to the call. And a couple of people have already written into the chat box that they started crying from the beginning of the call. The tears are pouring because they can feel the grace. Um, Perhaps that swan consciousness coming through. Those are my words. Um, but as you ask your questions, just open your heart, and whatever wants to flow through is welcome. Um, so with that, Heather, welcome to the call.
Hello,
And,
John. Hello, Fiona. Thank you
oh,
again for
hi
having me.
there. Hi,
Absolutely
Heather.
brilliant. Love it.
Mhm.
Um,
Thank you.
I I would like to know, if I may, I'm an action step. I keep getting like take action, but I I think my mind is trying to say you don't know, and maybe it's blocking me from getting what I really need, even though it's in me. So I think I'm struggling with that a bit.
Are you able to connect to your heart? Have you done that? Do you?
Hmm.
Okay. So we are, um, we have for hundreds of years been directed to come from here. So as soon as this starts to call the shots and keeps jumping in, go, no, I'm coming into this. This is your compass. This is your divine light. This is your truth. They're, they're just saying now to place your hand here and come in and bring your awareness and breathe into this area. and allow the warmth to come in. And then as you start to feel that's it, go right to the very core of you and build the energy there, right at your very core. Feel it growing. Can feel it growing in you. And from this place, you're connecting to your soul, the true divinity of you. Ask your question here. Ask your question from this elevated place. Allow your soul to show you what it wants you to see. This is your truth center, nothing external to you. Have you got an answer?
Look at surrender. Okay. Just kind of take your hands off, like I guess stop from here and going to here, and then just like you said, open up and allow, as opposed to so much action, movement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's society's direction that we've been put into. And like I was saying, I was very much get away, tight, trying to analyze, keeping myself safe. So ingrained into the consciousness. And when you allow the gift, the greatest gift we've got is awareness. When you allow yourself the awareness of how you feel, your divine frequency, that love that you just tapped into of yourself, no one else has that. No one else has that frequency, that key, and it's a portal. It's a portal to your soul, and it allows you to embody you, more of you. And then when you take that action, you can scan through your whole body and see whether that action is resonating with you, because you know you. The more and more you allow yourself to go into the frequency of you, it will become just your normal state of being. But you need to interrupt, say, nope, I'm not doing that, I'm here. And then you start to come into a grace and a gentleness and realize that actually the journey doesn't matter, because it's how you feel. And when you're feeling you, that's the only place you want to be.
Yeah, my heart was beating like very like strong. It's like I could always feel it, but it was like very picking up. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And that place there that you're feeling, tap into that strength, that power, that energy, that's you. And now share it with us. Emanate you. Thank you. It's gratefully received. Mm.
It's so beautiful. Yeah, when we put our powers into service gifted to others, we get to recognize it within ourselves. We get to understand the truth of it as we share from our overflowing cup.
Yeah.
But when we try to contain the well, the oceans of consciousness that are flowing through us, that's when we start to doubt. That's when we start drowning in our own doubt,
Yeah.
right? And it
We
becomes
are
overwhelming.
designed. We're designed for truth And it's very simple. There's a real thing of wanting to make things complicated, but it's really
Hmm.
simple. It either resonates with you or it doesn't resonate with you. So when you know your love, your frequency, right at your very core, and you power that up, when something doesn't resonate, you don't feel good. Okay, oh, well, that clearly isn't resonating. And when something does resonate, you feel good. You don't feel good or you feel good. That's it.
Well, Fiona, let me ask you this,
That's your
and Heather, I
truth.
appreciate you bringing it up because I believe it's universal in all of us in different ways. Um, so Heather's pretty clear. There's something coming through, and she's ready for the next thing. And she's been very clear that she hears, okay, surrender. And there's the part of us that we're refining, coming into reconciliation with, that wants to be in action, that wants to do. If I'm not doing, or if it's not coming in a time that feels comfortable to my bank account or to my relationship status or to my health or to any of the other prompts that tell us that we need to be in movement, um, it can become very chaotic. We talked about chaos before the call, Fiona. Well, how is it that we can bring in that swan consciousness that you spoke about earlier and breathe into and be an emanation of what is peering through us in that light, and not give in to the doubt that would have us lose ourselves in a mind game and really be open to not only what's to come, but what's here now.
Just by being part of this conversation, people are already receiving the swan consciousness frequency. Just by us talking about it, talking about the qualities of the swan, is igniting, awakening, if you want to use that terminology, within them. It's a practice to go into your core, to feel
Mm.
your core truth. And don't take my word for it about the swan. Go into your core truth and run that through the swan energy through your whole being, and go, yeah, that really emanates. That is really true for me. And say if you're particularly attracted to the swan, that's your soul calling you, saying to you, embody these qualities. And when you're take action, what can I do? Do I need to change my career? Do I need to do a hobby, which then turns into my career, if you like, that allows me to embody these true divine frequencies of me? Because it's no longer trying and ignoring who we really are, and I'm just going to go and do that job. You can do that job, but start doing something that allows you to feel what you really want to feel like, and stop trying to bypass it. A beautiful, beautiful divine soul on our Monday group, she said to me, and she was as quiet as a little mouse before, she said, oh, I'd love to play crystal balls. Buy some crystal balls. So she bought one crystal ball, and she bought another crystal ball. And every morning she plays the crystal balls. And I said, we're being shown you playing them in like a figure of eight. And it literally sets her up. And she does it every day, every morning. She's so beautiful. Last week, she read out a poem after she connected with the trees. And the poem was the trees talking about their infinite nature.
Mm.
And the whole reason for the poem was for her to become aware, have that gift of awareness of her infinite nature, and she shared it to all of us. It's all frequency, it's all energy, it's all the truth, the grace. There's no pushing, no efforting, no forcing. It's just you allowing yourself to come into the true nature
Mm.
of you.
Beautiful. Heather, thank you so much. It's wonderful to see you here and great question. And then a last question I'll leave you with, Heather, is what if you can recognize that you're already divine without that thing manifesting in your life? And that the next iteration of that manifestation is just another expression of that divinity in form, expressing through you. But what if you already are everything that you're hoping to become and to be, and that you honor and set up an altar for that divinity that already is and devote yourself to that.
Mhm. Just
Yeah.
as Yeshua says, worship yourself.
Beautiful. Thank you, Heather. Let's get to another question. Then we'll get into, we have to get into a special offer, y'all, because I want y'all to have the opportunity for this individual session with Fiona and the class. It's profound. And then we'll get into more Q&A also, because there's a lot of, I'm feeling y'all and I want to get to y'all. I don't want to skip anybody. Um, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Is it Odili? Correct me when you come on, please. But welcome to the call.
Hi,
Odile.
it's Odile.
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 Odile. Welcome
Yeah.
to the call.
So hi everybody. I
Hi.
would like if I'm really supposed to move to New Zealand to find happiness.
Hmm.
Well, the angelic realm and luminous light beings saying it's within you, it's not a place outside of you. It is within you. The energy, the energetics that's coming off you is very pure. And they're saying you're saying, oh, well, she probably says that to everybody. No, everybody has a different frequency, and for whatever reason, I have an ability, and I have done for a very long time, to feel into somebody's energy and know exactly what they are, who they are, where they're coming from. Can, if you don't mind me asking, would you mind just smiling? Smile, big smile.
Mhm.
When you smile, your heart, literally your heart energy, lifted. And you do have a serenity about you. Allow yourself to connect into the truth of who you are. And New Zealand might be the place where you're meant to reside. What they're saying is, what is it about New Zealand that is making you think of New Zealand?
I had a dream years ago, a very precise dream, saying that I would find my companion there and fell in love with the place. I've been there once and I really loved the landscapes. I'm very visual, so I really loved it.
So when you're there, do you feel more like yourself? The true nature of you?
I can't say that, but I'm attracted. That's all I can say. I'm attracted to the place.
They're saying is what you're attracted to is how it makes you feel. And what they're asking for you to do is go in, just like we did with Heather, is go into the core frequency of you Let's do this now. Taking your awareness there and just breathing. Just gently, ever so easily, effortlessly breathing into you. When you start to feel that energy, take it right to your very core. Just let the ease of it and now what they're saying is, feel into the qualities of the swan, the grace, the purity, the strength, their powerful love. The vastness of their wings. Energetically, their wings are far, far bigger than what we see. Feel into the frequency of this. And allow your body, your cells, to start to remember the truth of who you are. How are you actually feeling at this moment?
Lightheaded.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
I feel lightheaded.
So it would be highly recommended that you do this more and more on a regular basis, so it becomes a normal free feeling for you rather than being lightheaded. The lightheadedness is because your body isn't used to it, and it's actually to come out of the head and into the heart. This, absolutely, I guarantee you, you're beautiful. You are a beautiful, beautiful being. And the more you allow yourself to come into and know the frequency of you, it literally is the key. And when you know the frequency of you, you will be the frequency match to the person who you truly are. But when you're resonating or vibrating at a frequency that isn't the truth of who you are, you're not going to have the frequency match of the person that is seeking your pure divine frequency. There's always somebody seeking your frequency.
Mm.
It honestly is the key. All the time we are seeking something external to ourselves, we're bypassing ourselves. And that, I can assure you, is absolutely not the truth of why you've embodied into physical form. You're
Beautiful.
here to
I love.
emanate a very powerful frequency.
Mhm.
Thank
I
you.
feel that. I feel that grace and elegance within you, and I'll invite you to come back and listen to the replay and receive this transmission again and allow this to penetrate even more into your heart. And of course, I highly recommend the special offer, which we're about to dive into. Marie and Eliana, I promise we're going to get to you on the call. There's some questions in the chat also that I want to address, so y'all definitely want to hang out because I can feel the gift that you all are and being proxies for the group as well. Love blessings to you and your journeys, no matter where you wind up. I feel
Thank you.
that happiness within you is already alive, truly. Um, Fiona, well, everybody, click on the special offer button underneath the video where you're watching today's call from. The link for the special offer is in the chat box as well, and this is truly special. Y'all are going to get 45 minutes plus a live call plus even more um, in this particular special offer. And Fiona makes it so accessible for us. So Fiona, if you would guide everybody to what's possible in the 45-minute session. By the way, it's extended from 30 minutes to 45 minutes for BTO. And also what's going to happen in the 2-hour live workshop and what happens on the monthly calls.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I've extended it to 45 minutes because 30 minutes just hasn't been enough and long enough. But also with it coming up to Christmas and the holidays, I wanted to gift something extra. And so the sessions are incredibly unique. I never know what's going to come through for each person, but it's very, you come with your questions, and we absolutely get to any core issues that may be preventing you, what you perceive to be preventing you from going where you wish to go. And we teach you how to alchemize those. The luminous light beings have always said that they wish to not use the word healing. It's the truth of it is it's going from one frequency to another frequency. So you are transforming a frequency from one frequency to another. And we guide you and show you how to do that. You do it because we are already very advanced alchemists of energy. And when you have a session, not only are you in the frequencies, Yeshua may come through, Mother Mary, the Magdalenes, other galactic beings. Not only are you being bathed in these frequencies, but you're being held to actually feel the, they're saying, the enormity of you. The enormity of you. So when you come out of one of these sessions, you are really forever changed because they're connecting you to on a very cellular level, but they're getting you to come into your sovereignty, your truth. They'll keep emphasizing and keep emphasizing, do not look into technologies or anything like that outside of you. It's coming back into the true nature of you. They're very expansive. So that's the 45-minute session. I'm also offering on the 6th of December, on Saturday, the 6th of December, a 2-hour workshop for us to take you into the Swan consciousness and connecting to your true divine frequency, even powering up your Hara energy center and surging that up, powering up yourself. For myself, with the powering up the Hara energy center, which is below your navel, when I connect and I'm talking with them and it's a real truth, it literally spontaneously powers up my body on its own, and my heart field emanates out. And recently I contacted the HeartMath Institute and said, have you done any tests, any scientific tests on what is the heart field when it's being powered up by the Hara Energy Center? And they said, no, we don't know anything. Haven't looked into that at all. So that would be interesting if that ever did come about, because this is another area within these vast, beautiful bodies that we have. So I'll be talking more about that. We'll also be taking Q&A in that 2 hours on the 6th of December. And as I've mentioned, on a Monday, I have an online gathering, and Yeshua wanted it to be called a gathering because literally people come in and gather like they used to gather around him. People can come and go. It is a subscription, so you sign up, you get 2 months free. And if you choose not to stay, then either I cancel it for you or you cancel it yourself. It's very easy to cancel. But you also get the past 2 months previous replays and the 22nd of September, where this frequency first came in. And every session has very powerful frequencies in it. And the luminous light beings, Yeshua, are always giving advice that pertains to not only the gathering, but also what is happening on the planet in the consciousness and what you're ready to receive. They're constantly scanning. So I don't know before the group starts, only maybe an hour or so before, what are we talking about? What are we going to be talking about? What are we doing? Give me some idea. I'm a human. I need to know. Yeah, it's
It's
a
a powerful
beautiful,
special
beautiful
offer.
support.
Yeah, it's
It's
a
a
powerful
beautiful
special offer
supportive
what y'all are
thing.
going to receive. If y'all look at the price, it's ridiculous that you get a private session plus a 2 hour live call, plus the opportunity to access the membership. And again, for the membership, y'all, it's all part of links that you tune into. So if you're worried about payments or ongoing anything like that, it's not an obligation. It's just something that's added to as a bonus so you can go in deeper and be in the coherent resonance of this grace and the harmony that we're being invited um, into the new year that's upcoming. Um, again, it's quite an extraordinary offer. Again, I've signed up already. I'm looking forward to my session and to participating. So I invite y'all to drop in also. Again, so many people have written into BTO and have shared just how impacted they were um, from the sessions with who showed up in the sessions as far as guides and ascended masters and again luminous beings as we're redefining them in our vernacular. But again, it's a potent container that is a gift to be able to share here on BTO for all of you who we care about so much and realize the value and the impact that you have as you embrace your luminosity and share that with the world as well. Uh, so I hope you all take advantage of it. Again, the link is in the chat box. The special offer button's right underneath the video where you're watching the call from, in case you need to scroll up. And if you're watching this call on the YouTube replay, you'll find the link for that special offer in the comment section as well. Um, with that, Fiona, I'd love to open up some more Q&A. All right, let's continue here. Um, Ileana, let's go with you. Welcome to the call.
Hi, how are you?
Wonderful to see you.
Um,
Yes.
Thank you so much for changing the time today because I'm very asleep when your sessions and today is very comfortable for me to be here. So
Good.
thank you. I was about to ask about my uterus because I have some polyps and I already changed my frequency with two other chronic illnesses that I had, and I could heal them by an energetic level. And so I want to do this with these two, with these polyps. And I was told that there is something there that I am not seeing, but I am trying to figure out what it is. So I don't want to go to a surgical treatment. I want to do it at an energetic level, and I would love some guidance about this.
Mm-hmm. When I'm speaking to them, they are do you know your Hara energy center?
Yeah.
Do you know the
Yes.
Hara energy center? And if you power that up, but what you do first of all, and this is what we were going to be teaching on the workshop, is you bring your energy, your awareness into your heart, and then right into the very core of you and power that up. And then with your intention, you take that energy down into the Hara. So it's your unique frequency that then is powering that up.
Sorry, where is it located, the Hara?
It's about an inch, inch and a half below your navel, but it's right at your very core.
Yeah, it
It's
is the
right at
Dantian. It is called also Dantian,
it's the
no?
lower dantian. Yes,
Okay.
the
Okay.
lower dantian. Yes, power that up, but you're powering up with your key frequency, the pure divine frequency of you. Power that up and flood this area with love, because the word they keep repeating is trauma.
Yeah.
And by what they said earlier, there is no healing. You are literally transforming one frequency into another frequency.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so imperative to come here first, really know thyself, your unique frequency. Every single one of us has come in to emanate who we are. That's the whole reason we're here, is to emanate us. When you know that, you can take it down here, power it up, and absolutely flood this area, taking it from one frequency up into this unique divine frequency of you, and really love this area. And what they're saying is to take this energy down your legs, really, the word they're saying is soak your legs, your whole lower being. They're saying your whole lower body. Do you want to? I always qualify with them, and they're using a word, and I'm telling them I don't want to use that word, so I'm not going to use it. Imbued your beautiful, powerful energy into your legs. Allow it to come out of every toe, out of the soles of your feet. And they're called the soles of your feet, not by chance. It's because your soul frequency can then be gifted to this amazing planet, this planetary being. Because wisdom, she's feeling the trauma of your womb. This is new. I've not heard this before. She feels the trauma of your womb, and it affects her. She's showing me as her giving birth to all life. And when we know the true nature of us, and we power it up, send it down out of our feet. You're not anchoring, you're not grounding, you are gifting in all of your glory this gift of your frequency. And she's going, thank you.
That's beautiful.
I receive you. Thank you. What she's saying here is, I feel everybody's trauma. And she's showing me now that she's literally right by the soles of your feet, wishing to absorb the truth of you. So not only on a galactic level and the Yeshua and these luminous beings, but this divine planetary being is also holding us and encouraging us to come into the true nature of us and be so authentic. And that means loving every part of you. And look in the mirror, look deep into your eyes, because your eyes truly are the windows to your soul. And say, I love you. And say your name, because when you say your name, you're speaking very deeply into your soul. It's magnificent. The strength and the power that... And gift that to this divine planetary being. You will come in to your power.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you. How we activate the heart? By feeling love. That is the way to activate it, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
Literally by placing your hand here, and you can start to feel the warmth by taking your awareness here and feeling the warmth. You're breathing into this area. You are generating more energy. And it starts off being surface, maybe a little bit below, but then you take it into your core. Take it into your core. As soon as I take it into my core, I go... And in the group, in the Monday group, we now call this the intention line, because we power up this Hara energy center, and we power it up with our intention to emanate out even stronger. We are so powerful. And we are already walking around in these amazing, beautiful vessels that house our soul. And it's just saying, please come into the true frequency of you. And when you do, there, you're in grace. You become very gentle because you're where you want to be.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I really
Leanna,
appreciate it.
blessings to you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Maureen, welcome to the call.
Yeah. There we go. Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Thank you. This is such a beautiful call. I'm hoping that you might be able to offer some clarity, direction, some insight, just moving forward. Lots of challenges in all areas of my life. So just anything going forward as far as career or what to focus on, that sort of thing.
Again, they're saying the only thing for you to focus on, how do you feel about yourself?
Depends on the day.
And what's a more direct answer to that? Yes.
Well, today feeling pretty good, but it's on a given day. I mean, it could be pretty low. I'm not don't have a ton of self-esteem or love. I guess I'm working on that. It's just like I was saying, everything has just been such a challenge. So I'm just trying to keep pushing forward and just getting hit from all areas.
Okay.
I don't see anything stopping yet.
I can guarantee you, because I know exactly where you're coming from and what my life was like, that when I actually started to truly connect to me and allow myself the gift of connecting to me, all of the chaos and all of this, which is basically telling you you're not connected to you, because when you are, it all calms down. It truly, honestly, all calms down. because your frequency smooths out. This is their words. Again, do you have a practice where you connect to yourself? Do you know your heart? Do you know the frequency of you?
I can't say that definitively. I mean, I don't have a regular practice. I do kind of go in spurts of meditation, of walking, but I'm always, talking to divine. I'm, thanking him for the beautiful day, for the sunshine, for, all of that when I'm walking through life. Just even how I am with people. I'm always trying to put a smile on their face and that sort of thing. So
Beautiful. Do you allow people to put a smile on your face?
sometimes, a lot of times I would say, but yeah. Yeah, I don't receive very well.
Ah, yeah. What they're asking, what do you really love? Is it a child? Is it a puppy? Is it a sibling? Your parents, partner that you can say you really love?
I really love my puppies. I really love nature. I really love the sun. I love my
Let's
family.
focus on your dogs.
Mm-hmm.
So, being an animal behaviorist, when I actually started being an animal behaviorist after Michael came and after Yeshua came, I was very shut down,
Mm-hmm.
very lost, but I knew I had to become an animal behaviorist. One of the very first dogs literally projected its energy at me and shattered the illusion that I was worthless, and I couldn't love myself because I was so disconnected from myself. This dog and every dog since has shown themselves to me as unconditional love, and their words are love on legs. And when you look at your dogs and you feel the love, you wouldn't be able to do that if you didn't have it within you. Allow your dogs to bring you back to the truth of who you are. What they're saying now is, you can place your hand here or not, but bring yourself out of here into here and feel the love you have for your dogs. Feel the love you have for your dogs. And allow that energy to grow and take that energy right to your very core. Feel the dogs with you. They're your greatest teachers. Can you feel this connection?
Yes.
What you're feeling there, there is not a single other being on this planet that is feeling what you're feeling. Because this is the unique frequency of you, the unique energy of you. This is the reason why you've come in. The more you spend time, connect to this, you don't have to go into meditation. Walking in nature, many people say that's their meditation.
Yeah.
It brings you into a resonant field of the truth of the nature of you. When you're with your dogs in nature too, allow yourself to love it, like you said earlier. What you're feeling is your unique frequency. The more, from being an animal behaviorist, and I work with so many different animals, the more you can interrupt their conditioned response with a response that is of a higher, more loving frequency, those animals would always acclimate to that frequency. Always. I worked with terrified dogs, frightened, so frightened. Many people on the planet are frightened. We didn't go in with a disrupting energy and say, snap out of it. We'd bring in a beautiful, soft, calm, loving dog who absolutely knew who it was, wagging his tail. These dogs would change like flicking a switch. You've got to allow yourself the gift of the awareness of who you are to then become the being of who you are. The authority of who you are. Nobody else has any authority over you. We're now adults, we're not children. Nobody can tell you off. Nobody can say you're doing anything wrong. There is no right and wrong. When you allow yourself the gift of tuning into that frequency that you just felt, it will become who you are. You will feel this authenticity within you. You will feel the strength within you, the powering of you. Thank your dogs for the gift of what they're showing you. Thank the nature. Commune with the nature. Blend your beautiful divine frequency. Emanate it out of you and feel the energy of the trees, of the plants, of the flowers, of the oceans, of the air. This is you allowing yourself to come into your multi-dimensional self, which is the truth of who you are. When you're not connected to you, what you are, you're out of alignment. And you feel like you haven't got any solid foundation. And it's only when you allow the gift of the awareness of the frequency of you, which is unique to you, do you then start to get coherence and clarity and all of this other stuff dissolves.
Beautiful.
There's words I used to use. I can't even remember what they were because they're just not in my energy field anymore. You're very powerful and you're very beautiful. And if you say you like to lighten up your friends and make them smile, it's a soul calling. And your soul, it's one of your beautiful divine beings. Look how you light up as soon as you see them. Oh, so cute. Oh, yeah.
Something that you've been bringing in, Fiona, and I think it's important to share it on this call as we're winding up. Maureen, what's being transmitted towards you, and again, powerful has been mentioned a couple of times, and it's been mentioned a few times on this call as well. And we really drop into our hearts and into the unity of the luminosity that surrounds us and what we would call our archangel, our guides, others that walk this path of love with us. That power isn't granted so that we can manipulate outcomes to our preferences. That power is an emanation of your capacity to connect even more deeply with the divine. It is an amplification of power that unites you with the essence of where you came from, where home is, and that is innately the royalness of you. Again, that's Swan consciousness. So the understanding of the truth of power, rather than how we've interpreted in human form for survival instincts or for nuance, is a safety that we believe that we need to have. to know what that power actually gifts you in your willingness to embrace how powerful you are.
Mm,
It's
yeah.
it's it's it is the truth of that that breaks the chains free of anything or anybody that would put onto us their versions of power so that we can try to make a sense of something that we already are, but that we have forgotten ourselves to be.
Because we've been in here.
Hmm. We've all
And
been
when we
here.
come
Power,
into
power,
here,
power. What does it mean? Yeah.
yeah, the more powerful I have felt, Maureen, this is absolute truth. The more powerful I have felt, the gentler I have become because I know who I am.
Mm.
And it's one of their favourite words is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. You think, oh my crikey, I used to do that. How ridiculous was that? You're so beautiful when you smile. You truly are.
Thank you.
When you smile, when we all smile, it's a phenomenal gift that we have here because when we smile, it literally lights us up and it makes us feel good. And like I said earlier, we either don't feel good or we do feel good. And the more we feel good in our true knowledge of who we are, our uniqueness, you are very beautiful. You have a very powerful energy coming off you. Your dogs are here to show you who you truly are. They're your greatest teachers. When we say that, you can feel the truth of that because I can feel it in you. And you are raising. Look how more beautiful you're becoming. It's just,
Hmm. Yeah, you're
it's
lighting up. You're
beautiful.
lighting up the screen, truly, Maureen.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And
Thank you
I,
for
thank you most of all for receiving that, Maureen, because I felt and we felt that you received that. And we only speak truth. So congratulate yourself that you did receive.
yay.
amazing. Maureen,
Thank
thank
you
you
so
for
much.
being on. Thank
Appreciate and I'm
Thank
grateful
you.
for the time with the two of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for
Thank
bringing on
you.
your luminosity and sharing it with us.
Of course.
Um, yes, 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 of course.
Of course.
Y'all, of course, to your luminosity, all of us on this call. Um,
Hmm.
so beautiful. It's the transmissions here, y'all. It's been subtle but powerful. Again, I'll go into that word as well. Y'all come back and dive into the replay. There's a lot that is being shared here, in truth, amplifying in coherence, the luminosity that you are. Go deeper into the special offer, amplify that even more in a special session dedicated just for you as the priority of the transmission. And then into the group container with Fiona and the guides who may show up during that particular container as well, and deeper into community if that's what you choose. Again, all this is part of the special offer. 45 minutes with Fiona, the 2 hour live session, the opportunity to go into the deeper community with Fiona on those monthly calls as well. Quite powerful. So I hope you all get to join Fiona there. And Fiona, with that, thank you so much for
Thank you.
coming on and just sharing um, the embodiments of your personal experiences so that we can all grow in our luminosity from what's being
Yeah.
available through your awareness.
Yeah. Yeah. I've just been on this journey, but now it's, and they're saying, like they've said in the previous two calls with you, feeling is believing, feeling is
Mhm.
believing, feeling is believing. And they're saying now as well, feel to be real,
Mhm.
feel to be real.
Feel to be real. Claire, greetings to you all the way from Bristol. Actually, you're closer to Fiona than I am. Um,
Oh, hi.
blessings to all of y'all. Fiona, I love you. Thank you so much. Um,
Thank you.
looking forward to my session, and I'll look forward to seeing y'all on the next call. Y'all have a fantastic
Lovely.
day.